The impact of Nostradamus' prophecies has transcended generations, captivating the minds and spirits of those seeking answers amid uncertainty. This 16th century French mystic, with his enigmatic quatrains, not only left a significant mark on the history of predictions, but also sparked deep reflections on time, destiny, and the connection between the earthly and the divine. In this article, we will analyze how these revelations have influenced not only prophetic thought, but also the spirituality of millions, establishing a bridge between what we are and what we could become. Before continuing, declare in the comments, "I attract prosperity and happiness into my life. I am deserving of all the riches of the universe and receive each blessing with gratitude." The essence of Nostradamus' prophecies lies in his ability to provoke essential questions about life itself. Each verse, carefully crafted in a cryptic and symbolic style, seems to invite readers to look beyond the surface. For some, his predictions serve as clear warnings about historical and future events, such as devastating wars, pandemics, and natural disasters. But for others, these mystery-laden words are a metaphor for the internal struggles we face as individuals and as a society. In this way, Nostradamus positions himself not only as a prophet of time, but also as a guide toward introspection and self-discovery. On a spiritual level, Nostradamus' revelations are perceived as transcendental messages that go beyond their historical context. Many of his quatrains evoke images of destruction and rebirth, concepts that deeply resonate within the spiritual traditions of various cultures. These visions do not merely predict an uncertain future, but also reflect the eternal cycle of transformation that defines both the individual and the collective. They remind us that just as the world changes and evolves, we too are called to grow, to overcome our own limitations, and to seek a higher purpose. Nostradamus' cryptic style has been key to maintaining his relevance over the centuries. This constant enigma has allowed his words to be interpreted in countless ways, adapting to the circumstances and concerns of each era. In times of crisis, his prophecies have served as a mirror reflecting the fears and hopes of humanity. This is where his spiritual impact becomes most evident, for in the midst of despair, his writings offer a thread of meaning, a sign that even in chaos, there exists a higher order guiding human destiny. Nostradamus' prophetic impact also invites reflection on the nature of time and our ability to influence it. Is the future a predetermined path, or do we have the power to change the course of events? This is one of the most thought-provoking questions that arise when analyzing his predictions. For some, his writings suggest that destiny is unchangeable, a reflection of universal forces beyond our control. However, others find in his words an opportunity for action, a call to make conscious decisions that can alter the flow of future events. This debate continues to fuel spiritual and philosophical discussions, reinforcing Nostradamus' relevance in the modern world. Nostradamus' spiritual legacy is not limited to his apocalyptic predictions. Within his words, there is also a message of hope and renewal. Through his quatrains, he reminds us that even the darkest moments can be the prelude to a new dawn. This message has resonated especially in times of global crisis, when people seek meaning and comfort in spirituality. His prophecies invite us to embrace uncertainty as an inherent part of life, but also to recognize that each challenge brings with it the opportunity to learn, grow, and transform our reality. Finally, Nostradamus invites us to consider our connection with the universe and the forces that govern it. His writings are not only a warning about the dangers facing humanity, but also a reminder of our interdependence with everything around us. In this sense, his prophecies serve as a call to action, an invitation to live more consciously and in harmony with universal laws. This spiritual perspective has inspired generations to seek a greater purpose, to find meaning in everyday events, and to work toward a more balanced future, aligned with the divine forces that guide destiny. One of the most fascinating and enigmatic aspects of Nostradamus' prophecies is his astonishing ability to break the barriers of time and space, connecting the past with the present and potentially with the future. Although his quatrains were written more than 450 years ago, their relevance does not seem to fade with the passing centuries. What is it about these cryptic, symbol-laden words that continue to resonate in the hearts and minds of millions, even today? The answer lies in their profoundly universal nature. Nostradamus did not merely speak of historical events or specific phenomena. He explored timeless themes that touch the very essence of humanity. The constant struggle between good and evil, the fragility and transience of life, and the relentless search for redemption and purpose. The ability of Nostradamus' prophecies to transcend cultural and temporal boundaries is also due to his focus on dilemmas and questions that are inherently human. His work is not confined to the concerns of his era, but addresses issues that everyone faces at some point in their lives, regardless of time or place. How do we find hope amid despair? What meaning does suffering hold? Is destiny something we must accept or something we can change? By reflecting on these questions through Nostradamus' words, it is easy to find parallels with our own struggles and challenges. This power to connect with each reader's personal experiences reinforces the spiritual impact and longevity of his message. Furthermore, Nostradamus compels us to reconsider the nature of prophecy itself. What does it truly mean to predict the future? For some, prophecies are acts of divine revelation, a gift granted only to a select few who can access the universe's secrets. For others, the ability to foresee what is to come may be the result of an extraordinarily perceptive mind, capable of detecting patterns and cycles in human events. Regardless of interpretation, Nostradamus pushes us to explore the limits of what we believe we know and invites us to consider the existence of knowledge that transcends the visible, a plane of wisdom that could be accessible to all if we learn to look deeply. From a spiritual perspective, Nostradamus' prophecies can be seen as more than mere predictions of future events. They can be interpreted as a call to action, a warning, and at the same time, a guide. Many people have found in his words a motivation to take control of their lives, to be more conscious of their actions and their consequences, and to actively work toward a more positive future. This proactive and purposeful approach contrasts with the idea of an immutable and predetermined destiny, suggesting that the true power of a prophecy does not lie in the inevitability of its predictions, but in its ability to inspire change. The figure of Nostradamus, with his legacy of mystery and wisdom, also reminds us of something profoundly essential. Our relationship with time is both a limitation and an opportunity. His work challenges us to reflect on the role that time plays in our lives. Are we mere spectators of a destiny that has already been written, or do we have the power to be creators of our own path? By posing these questions, Nostradamus' prophecies not only confront us with the uncertainty of the future, but also offer us a window to better understand the present and our own existence. They invite us to recognize the power we have here and now to shape our lives and, perhaps, even influence the course of greater events. The spiritual legacy of Nostradamus transcends the literal interpretations of his predictions. His quatrains, often considered encoded messages, are also reflections of universal truths that surpass time. They remind us that humanity has always faced cycles of chaos and rebirth, and that even in the darkest moments, a new light can emerge. This message of transformation and hope has resonated especially in times of crisis, when people seek solace in spirituality and guidance to navigate uncertainty. Nostradamus, with his ability to see beyond the obvious, offers us a framework to interpret not only external events, but also our own internal transformations. In the end, Nostradamus' impact does not lie solely in his apocalyptic predictions or historical accuracy. His true legacy is found in the way his words have influenced our understanding of time, destiny, and our own spirituality. He reminds us that, although the future may seem uncertain, we always have the ability to influence it through our choices, our actions, and our willingness to change. His prophecies urge us not only to accept uncertainty as an inevitable part of life, but also to see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and transform the world around us. Ultimately, Nostradamus was not just a prophet of the future, but also a messenger of the present. His quatrains invite us to find meaning in the seemingly chaotic, to seek connection in a vast and mysterious universe, and to remember that our lives are part of a greater whole. This is perhaps the most profound spiritual and prophetic impact of his revelations, the ability to inspire generations to look beyond the immediate to reflect on their purpose and to act with the conviction that every choice holds the power to shape not only our destiny, but that of the entire world.